A second, sorry. Oh, sorry. This is the age of the digital age. I got too much going on. Come back in a minute. Oh, here we go. Welcome back to No Rest to Success. If you don't already know who this wild woman is, I am Gingy Von Meijer, and I am the creator of NRTS, No Rest to Success. And I am here to reintroduce you to the evolution of what is happening. We are putting on a new event called Strand'ed, a little punny, in the Alley, and we are co-producing this with Ferguson in the Alley in downtown Las Vegas. I'm super excited to be introducing this. Strand'ed education was created from all the knowledge that I've curated over the last, let's say, 12 years that I've been in the hair industry, and seeing the evolution of how we are integrating digitalism into our lives, especially with video and with interactiveness. So what we're curating is a space for hairdressers as well as the patrons, which love the hair industry and the beauty industry, to come and play interactively with us. We are going to be collaborating with local artists to create installments that are interactive, as well as collaborating with hair artists and having those two things conjoin to give you an even more expressive way to learn and really have those lights pop and be like, oh, this all makes sense. So I came up with the concept for NRTS because I was so hungry for education, and I spent over 2 years of really dedicating and diving deeply into education nationally. And I was traveling all over the United States, going to a whole bunch of different company education events, as well as classes from independent teachers, and I learned so much. And I somehow was pulled back home, and I knew that I needed to be back home, but I also knew that I still had this fiery passion about spreading this education and spreading this knowledge because of how much it changed my life. So sitting down with knowing that I was supposed to be home and I was supposed to do something at home with all of the information that I had curated with this beautiful journey that I had gone on from the previous 2 years, I came up with No Rest to Success. And that name came from me literally not resting to find my success. And you'll notice in the episodes to come with the Universal Strand podcast that I'm doing along the lines with No Rest to Success, when we're talking to Ira, he speaks about how names are important. And I didn't realize at the time what that name was pushing me towards. And I'll get into that in a moment. So I curated an event that would happen monthly for Las Vegas locals, and pulling all of the beautiful educators and the creative hairstylists that we have at home and creating a database with human energy authentically in one space. So we were teaching each other and we're elevating each other and we're sharing all of our knowledge with one another in a time and in a space when everyone was withholding the information that they had because they didn't want anyone else to reach the successful point that they had worked so hard at. So it was trying to curate a space of inclusiveness instead of exclusiveness. And as we did this for about a year, you saw this energy change within the hair industry in Las Vegas and how we became a more inclusive community that was sharing, and that we were also speaking up about the beautiful individuals that were cultivating this. Like Ira, he is such a beautiful soul and he's truly authentically himself, and he's so out of the box, and it helps curate this natural creator that's inside of us. And a lot of us get into the hair industry because we are creative beings and we want to create. And oftentimes after we get out of hair school, we're trying to make, the money, and we get stuck doing the bread and butter work behind the chair, and we lose that passion. And so Ira, amongst with, let's say, Amber, Harlan, and Justice, and Cheetah, and so many other people in our local community are fire starters in re-burning that passion for all of us to find it and start doing it again. And so we did this every month for about a year in Las Vegas. What was it, 2016, 2017? I lose track of time because it moves so fast. And I unfortunately was in a really extreme car accident that left me with severe spinal injury. And I went through the motions of trying to heal from that, as well as other life circumstances that arose at the time. And I was really frustrated, and I was really sad, depressed, probably more so would be the right authentic word for it, because I was being pulled away from my true love, which was hair. And being in that space, I didn't realize that it was a space that was being created for me to cultivate something larger than the vision I had for No Rest to Success. It was larger than me, it was larger than my idea. And it was taking me on a journey to find this, to curate this for our community, for our industry, and for this global world, energetically. What I learned is who I was. And that's part of the journey too, is what I have to offer. And what I have to offer is creating a space. This is a talent that I have been given. And creating a space with the people that are looking for a space to create within. And that's what we're creating with the new strand'ed educational events. So we are going to be throwing our very first one, actually, June 16th in the Ferguson Alley in downtown Las Vegas, the same weekend as IBS, which is a very funny acronym. If you're not in the hair industry, it sounds terrible, a little loose. And it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's really an integrative playground for hairdressers as well as consumers of beauty products, of hair culture, to really dive deep into the creativity that's within all of us. And it all happens through a beautiful collaboration on so many different planes with artist installations, with flavors from local chefs and food trucks, from flavors from local distilleries and local breweries, as well as cannabis. All of the beautiful cultures that, you know, can join this beautiful community we have in Las Vegas. It's like nothing else in the world. We are the entertainment capital of the world, and we want to give you a fully immersive experience with hair involved, because we know how much you want to play, and we know how much you want to connect with so many different humans on so many different planes. And we're so excited to be presenting this for the first time, and the evolution of No Rest to Success. I invite you to join us on this beautiful journey. Those that have already followed this journey have seen how expansive it has been, and I promise you that it's evolving far beyond my wildest imaginations as well as yours. It is integrating with the time and with the technology that is surrounded by us. Please follow us, and please be on this journey. Join us. Follow us on No Rest to Success, the @ on Instagram. That's what we're all on right now, aren't we? And as well as on Facebook and on YouTube, all of these channels, as well as strand_ed_ on Instagram, as well as on Facebook. That will just be strand_ed. I'll have all of this information down here for you visual learners that are so confused about what I'm saying with my words. So everything will be here visually for you to make it easier for you to integrate this new journey with this beautiful family that we're curating, and we want you to join in this beauty that we are having all around us. Am I popping and locking? We're also curating a beautiful new video podcast stemming off of the old NRTS podcast, where we are authentically connecting with all humans. Now that's hairdressers that are doing your hair, as well as the clients that are sitting in your chair. One thing that I was able to be introspective about with my spinal injury and being taken away from working behind the chair as much as I had desired to was, what was I going to miss the most about doing hair? Yes, I physically miss the architecture and the creation and the sculpting of doing hair, but what I miss even more is the human connection and hearing people's stories and sharing stories with one another, so that we can realize how we are all universally connected with our human experience. So we've curated a new podcast, and that will be called The Universal Strand. And I'll be interviewing the presenters for the new Strand'ed in the Alley festival that we're putting on, and we're excited to present that to you. Ah!